In the temples of Singapore and Malaysia, devotees still burn incense to a figure feared by gamblers, debtors, and unfilial children. They call him Sa Pek Gong, the third uncle, an underworld deity associated with karma, punishment, and spiritual debts. But according to old Hokkien oral traditions, this god was never meant to become divine, because before death, he was a cruel son. According to Southeast Asian folklore, Zhao he was born into wealth. His father traded rice and medicinal herbs. His mother was known for feeding travelers and helping poor villagers. Their family lacked nothing, but comfort slowly poisoned their son. As he grew older, Zhao he became obsessed with status, gambling, drinking, wealthy friends, and eventually, shame toward his own parents. In traditional Chinese belief, there is one sin more terrifying than greed: to dishonor your parents. Folklore says Zhao he eventually treated his elderly parents like burdens. He mocked them, ignored them. Some versions claim he forced them to eat separately from his wealthy guests because he was ashamed of their age. Then came the night that changed everything. A storm flooded the roads surrounding the family estate. Inside the mansion, Zhao he hosted a massive gambling feast. Wine flowed freely. Music echoed through the halls. Meanwhile, his parents sat alone, hungry, forgotten. Eventually, his mother approached him quietly. She only asked for leftover food for his sick father. But Zhao he exploded in anger. By morning, his parents were gone. At first, Zhao he believed they had left in anger, but days passed, then weeks. Villagers eventually revealed the truth. His parents had attempted to leave quietly during the storm, so they would no longer shame their son. They never survived the journey. Some legends say floodwaters swept them away crossing a bridge. Others claim they collapsed beside a roadside shrine, but every version ends the same way. Zhao he found them too late. For the first time in his life, Zhao he understood what he had done. The wealthy son vanished, the gambler disappeared. According to folklore, he abandoned his old life completely. He gave away his wealth. He wore mourning clothes for years beyond tradition. He wandered between temples carrying incense and funeral offerings. Some stories claim he paid for poor villagers' funerals using the last of his fortune. Others say he refused to sleep comfortably ever again. He punished himself long before death ever could. In Chinese folk belief, the underworld judges not only evil, it judges remorse. Temple traditions claim that after death, Zhao he stood before the courts of the dead. The judges saw his sins, but they also saw something rare: a man who truly understood his failures. Instead of eternal punishment, he was appointed as an underworld officer, a guardian of karmic debts, a watcher of descendants, a spirit who monitored how children treated their parents. Over generations, he became known as Sa Pek Gong, the third uncle. Today, older Hokkien communities across Singapore and Malaysia still tell his story, not because he was perfect, but because he understood regret better than most gods ever could. Devotees pray to him for family harmony, karmic forgiveness, protection against becoming unfilial descendants themselves. And perhaps that is the true horror of Zhao's legend. Not ghosts, not punishment, but realizing your love too late. Because according to these traditions, no amount of incense can undo cruelty shown to the living. In the end, Zhao he did not become divine because he was righteous. He became divine because remorse followed him even after death.